All right, Shalom. I'm gonna get straight into this lesson. Got a lot to get to, but this enchantment. I was, meditating heavily in the spirit today, and I was just thinking about just how gone, how people is in particular, and just how everybody else is just in this oblivion state of mind. All right, so let's get into this whole Valentine's Day. I did a lesson yesterday going into the idolatry part of it, right? Because Valentine's Day is idolatry, right? You see this, the so-called white man is a devil. But he got the whole world enchanted with this day of idolatry. And you're going to have a lot of madness going on, a lot of adultery, a lot of lewd acts going on this day. And the women going to be enchanted, all right? Because this day has a spell on everybody, especially the women, right? If they haven't woke up to this truth. So let me get into this lesson. And I just put it in right here. It said Americans plan to spend nearly 26 billion. So these devils continue to profit off your ignorance, off your stupidity. All right. The people that's partaking into this 26 billion in Valentine's Day. All right. So I think last year was 23 billion, but these devils are monopolizing off people ignorance. All right. So let's go here. This is the first scripture. But these people are literally under a spell. All right. Isaiah 47:1. It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. This is talking about America. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. You're going to be snatched out of your rulership. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shall no more be called tender and delicate. Let's jump down to 12. It says, stand now. So it's talking about America, right? Stand now with thine enchantments. So Valentine's Day is one of these enchantments, like Christmas, like New Year's Eve, like Easter. It's an enchantment. And with the multitude of thy sorceries, many different sorceries here, down to the pharmaceutical, down to their media, which goes back into their movies, their entertainment, right? They music videos, right? Deep enchantments, cartoons, so on and so forth. Let me get back into this. Wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so, thou mayest prevail. So this place, Babylon, America, has literally cast a spell on our people. And our people don't know what's going on at all. Let's go to this word enchantment. It says enchantment. I'm going to go right here to get straight to the point. It says enchant. It says to enchant is to cast a spell over someone like a witch might do. Like a witch might do. So this place has cast a spell in the witchery of this devil, the so-called white man, Edomite system. All right, where he push you and promote idolatry, and he push and promote idolatry like it's harmless, like it's something good. Check this out. It also means to attract or catch someone's attention in a less mythical way. All right, going back into these commercials, this advertisement about Valentine's Day. All right, pushing that, that enchantment through the television, through your phone, through the co-workers, so on and so forth, man. But it's pretty deep. Let's get into this. 1 Corinthians 2:12. Salakia. Give me 1 second. All right, Salakia. This is one of my favorite scriptures. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 2:12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, and it's on many different levels. But one of these things that it's the spirit of the world is these celebrations, these traditions, all right, that's pushed and promoted as something good, really when it's something wicked. 1 second. But yet these people are ignorant of that because these so-called Americans are dumb. All right. That we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and this is truth, right? But we don't have, you should be separating from this world. You should not be into the spirit of this place. Like, they'll say something like a Christmas spirit, the Valentine's Day spirit, so you can understand. All right, let's go here. And our people will follow the crowd. Our people is very gullible and very impressionable. The nation of Israel, they follow literally the crowd. And that goes back into the trends, the fashions. I could do a lesson on that another day. It says follow the crowd, meaning it says to do whatever most other people are doing. And that's what our people find themselves doing. They walking strictly after the flesh. They're spiritually dead. Nothing is guiding them from the inner part. They're walking after this world. It says follow the crowd, meaning it says to do what most other people do. And going back into this Valentine's Day celebration, most people are doing it because this is the traditional thing to do in this country, and everybody else is doing it. To do what most other people do. All right. Check this out right here. It says follow the crowd definition to conform with the majority. To conform with the majority. And did not the scripture say conform not to this world? Let's get that next. That's perfect. I got it lined up through the spirit. Romans 12:2. Let me go so you can see. And be not conformed to this world. What does this mean? Don't pattern yourself after this world. Don't follow. Don't copy these traditions. Don't copy these celebrations. All right. You're supposed to be separate. Holy means separate. And be not conformed to this world. So don't follow what these people doing. All right. Don't fall under the pressure because you feel like you're getting left out. That's a demon on you, man. All right. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So this is the ultimate mental game. You have to renew your mind. What is this renewing your mind? You have to be reborn. You can't have the same way of thinking that you once had. As we come to this truth, that's why it says we become a new creature. You're supposed to have a new way of thinking. You're supposed to change the things that you once were doing, that you might prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. That's who we're trying to impress. That's who we want to, we ain't trying to impress this world. We're trying to impress the Lord. All right, let's go here. So holy means to, now this going to this definition, holy. It says holy, worthy of complete devotion and trust. It says number 2, divine. Look at number 3. It says set apart to the service of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So one of the words go back to holy is to be separate, set apart. Let's go to this word set apart. Right here. It says set apart definition. It says if a characteristic sets you apart from other people, it makes you different from the others in a noticeable way. So how we to separate from this world? We're not going to be celebrating these traditions of this world, these celebrations, none of that. We're not going to be celebrating Valentine's Day. All right, I'm going to read this again. That's what makes us holy. It says, if a characteristic sets you apart from other people, it makes you different from the others in a noticeable way. So it's going to be manifested through your actions, to what you do and what you don't do. All right. So again, as we're waking up to this truth, we have to change the way we think, and we got to change what we do. Colossians 2:8. It says, beware. That's like a warning, right? Warning, lest any man spoil you through philosophy, which you got many philosophies of this world. All right. And one of these philosophies is God is good all the time. You just got many different philosophies. This world got its own figures of speech. It got its own way of thinking. People create things on the fly. And they, a philosophy could be something a rapper, a Jake heard in a rap song, or something a woman heard on social media, Cardi B say, going down to your Christian pastor, that po chop eating nigga, man. And vain deceit. So there's a lot of deceit starting at the so-called white man in this world. Vain deceit. After the tradition of men. This is a tradition of men. But where did this come from? Go look the source up. It come from the Roman Empire. All right, the so-called white man. So this is tradition of men. after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. All right, so you're supposed to become a new creature. You're supposed to separate with the madness in this world. So let's go to this word tradition. All right, 1 second. Let me get into it. 1 second. All right, I'm gonna get into this word tradition. Say the tradition of men. It says the transmission of customs or beliefs from generation to generation. That's what we find ourselves in with our people. They're living in this cycle that's never ending almost. But the Lord put the spirit on his elect to wake up and come out of this madness, man. All right. So one of these things is a tradition with Valentine's Day. All right. It's a tradition done every year. All right. And our people have culture assimilated themselves to the so-called white man. Look that word culture assimilation up. That'll be the homework assignment. And get all into that word and really break it down and understand it. Right here. Tradition of men. The handing down of statements, beliefs, legends, customs, information from generation to generation. So these are traditions of the so-called white men that our people have culturally assimilated into their life and made they pattern themselves after these devils, man. Let's go here. And that's why you're gonna have a bunch of madness going on. This is a heavy enchantment on our people. It's likened to witchcraft. And enchantment is witchcraft. It ain't like what you thought witchcraft really is. Witchcraft ain't no goddamn witch underground cooking in a pot. No, it's what you it's the things you're exposed to in this world. Going back into the television, your phone, the way of thinking of this place. It has a spirit on it. Right here, traditions of men. Right here. It says God, Yahweh, nowhere speaks in making Christmas a part of, they going off of Christianity. All right, so none of these traditions at Valentine's Day, this is nowhere in the scriptures. How is this glorifying the Most High? What this got to do with the Most High? It ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. It's after the fashion of this world. All right. This is not of the Most High. All right. And it's really going back into female worship, which is satanic. All right. The Queen of Heaven worship, when you really get all into it. It says, nor does he say celebrate his son's birth. And that's a cut on you people, man. He does tell us, though, not to add to his worship anything that is tradition of the heathen. That's heavy, man. That's heavy. Tradition of the heathen. Who is the heathen? All these other nations starting at the so-called white man. That's who you copycatting. And our people going back into this madness. Look at this. And you're going to have a lot of complete madness going on. There's going to a lot of enchantments are going on this particular day. And you know, the so-called white man holidays is heavy witchcraft. There's a lot of different spells goes out. Let's go back here. Right here. Follow the crowd. So that, you know, if you follow the crowd, you're not separate. You're not holy. You're not of the Most High. All right. You have chosen this world over the Most High. All right. And a lot of our people is weak, man. All right. It says follow the crowd. Let me see how much time I got. Let me see if I can get a little bit more into this. But you get the gist of what I'm saying right here. It says follow the herd, crowd, meaning definition. What is follow the herd, crowd is do the same thing that most people, other people do. Right here, that's heavy. I think I'm gonna do a lesson on this. It says follow the crowd to go along with the current trends. That's another thing you see with Jake and the women. All right. Such as pop culture of today to run with the world. Call halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. Shalom.